we start off with Volkov versus Rozenstruik, or Rozenstruik, potato, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
Volkov came in favored minus 155.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
I mean, and this fight kind of went exactly how I thought it was going to go. But you're right. I mean, Volkov, he's coming off a loss, right, against Tom Aspinall, kind of a nasty loss.
Yep.
Rozenstruik is coming off of what? What was his last fight?
Not even sure. Probably should have done our homework.
Yeah, lost to Curtis Blades,
Curtis
right?
Blades.
Yeah, so both coming off losses, and the UFC's
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? Let's just put him in main events. You know, I don't know.
I
They
mean, look at who
keep
he's lost to: Francis Ngannou, Cyril Gane, Curtis Blades, now Volkov.
true. Yeah, I mean,
All killers, man.
all killers, and he should have lost to Overeem, but it is what it is. But
Hasn't
yeah,
been the
this
same
is.
since he got knocked out by Ngannou, though, huh?
I mean, is anybody? You
That's
know,
true. That's
Curtis
true.
Blades, only Curtis Blades. But yeah, man, Volkov. You could tell he kind of needed this to be a statement win,
Mm-hmm.
because the way he lost to Aspinall, I think a lot of people, for me, all that meant was, yeah, Aspinall is legit. He's as legit as we thought he was,
He is who
right?
we thought he was. Exactly. That's what we thought.
Yeah, and it didn't make me think any less of Volkov. Volkov's a killer, man, and so he comes in here and it, he's like the anti-Stefan Struve, in my opinion. He's a
Ah,
super
ha, ha, ha.
long, super tall heavyweight, but he uses his range so well, man, so well. And
I love that you say that. Yep.
yeah, and Rozenstruik, say what you will about him, his knockouts are fun for sure. He's been in a few fights now, in my opinion, that it's like I wouldn't necessarily call him must watch. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but uh, usually it's kind of like a slow, reluctant to go for it, right? And then here he wasn't, and
He's a one-trick
once
pony,
he,
man.
whoa, that's harsh.
He is.
What's the trick?
He just got power in that right hand, man. He's gonna try to
Yeah,
knock you out, and that's the trick.
yeah. Volkov is man. He was doing such a good job of, and it's the same thing that Francis exploited, right? Francis, when he fought Rozenstruik, he just ran straight at him and just winging crazy punches until Rozenstruik just went straight backwards into the fence, got knocked out. And Volkov, you can see he goes in, he throws his jab, and either it lands or Rozenstruik is just leaning backwards, right? He lands or leans back, but his feet are still right there. So Volkov throws the jab, he leans away from it, and his legs are right there. So he jabs, inside leg kick, jab, outside leg kick, jab, inside leg kick, over and over and over again. And man, Volkov, when he's on, he is on. HLB Comer says Volkov finally showed what he is capable of when he's on. Yeah, when he's on, he's on. Also, like his post fight, must read with Russian accent. I'm gonna let you take this one, Ramiro.
I do. I don't have a Russian accent. I know what he not good defense back to the cage. I don't know. That's the best I got.
Hey, that works for me, man.
That'll do. That'll do.
But that's what it is, right? That's exactly
100%.
it.
100%.
Rozenstruik moves straight backwards, and you can see it as soon as Volkov started pumping the jab. He's just leaning back, and it opens up his legs for the leg kicks. But then Rozenstruik comes back, and he cracks him. He cracked him with that left hook.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, man! Most people don't take those shots. And and then Volkov just turned him around and started swinging on him until he dropped.
And I'm fine with the stoppage too.
Yeah, Rozenstruik complained. Even Volkov was kind of like Rozenstruik stood back up and he was like, "What the hell?" And then even Volkov was like, "I don't know, man. Handshake." But
Yeah, man. Hey, HOB Comer says, not the champ of accents. Worst Russian impression ever. Hey, dude, I said, hey, I gave it
it's
a
a long
shot.
time
A
since you
for
watched
effort.
Rocky 4.
It's been a minute, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. I got to watch
But-
more Russian videos so I can come back stronger next time.
Yeah.
I just want to say, hey, you called out the perfect thing. The thing that I put on my notes, right, is Volkov, the much taller fighter most of the time. And I love that he fights like the much
Fights
taller
long.
fighter. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. He uses it all the way. And the only time that he stayed in Rozenstruik's distance was really when he was throwing a few combos, but then he was right back out through a front
Yeah.
kick, to kind of just make sure you maintain that separation. Dude, it was just a really good performance by Volkov. And I think Volkov is the victim of something like Dan Ige, which we'll talk about a little bit later, where they're really good fighters.
Yeah.
They might be top 10 contenders, but they're just in this part of their career now where they have this younger generation that is just coming in like a giant tidal wave, man, and
Yeah.
just moving into the top spots. And where does a Volkov go from here? Because I don't think he's going to make a run of the title anymore.
I still think he can, honestly. I think
You
his
do?
tools, the tools that he has, man, when he is on, he is on. And let's face it, man, he would have been fighting for the belt if Derek Lewis hadn't had some miraculous fifth wind of energy in their fight. I mean, that was he would have got a title shot off of that, and who knows what would have happened. But man, when they signed Volkov, I was extremely high because I'd seen what he'd done before, right? And I was like, this guy's UFC caliber, and they signed him, and I was like, whoa, UFC's signing a top 5 heavyweight? Since when? The heavyweights are usually awful, in
Yeah.
the UFC. And I still think he can do big things, man. He just recently still bulked up, right? He's only had 3 fights since he's put on all that muscle mass, and that takes a feeling out process for sure. He just looks so patient in this one, man. He looks so
With this
patient
one,
when
I felt like after this, I feel like these guys are in the spots that they need to be. Like their rankings,
yeah.
they're perfect right now. With
Mhm.
Alexander Volkov, you have Aspinall ahead of him. He already lost to Derek Lewis.
Yeah,
Did he lose to
but
Curtis
it's
Blades? Has he fought Curtis Blades?
well, so here's the thing with the Lewis fight though. I mean, he won 4 minutes and 45 seconds of that fight. So even though he lost that fight, I still think he's good enough to beat him.
He lost to Curtis
He
Blades
did
as
lose to Curtis
well.
Blades. Yeah.
Lost to Cyril Gahn.
Mhm.
Like we said, he lost to Aspinall, and I know he was beating Derek Lewis for most of the fight, but the end result was that he lost.
True.
So who knows? Like
But
people say, hey, I think 9 out of 10 times he beats Derek Lewis, but
yeah,
that's an assumption, I guess you could say. All I have to go off of is the fact that he lost to Derek Lewis.
true. But if we're talking about his results of his fights as a means to say where he should be in the rankings or where he's capable of being, when with that fight in consideration of that, we know he can fight at that level because, I mean, for 4.5 rounds, for more than 4.5 rounds, he was outclassing him. So he is good enough to be at that level. It's just, I mean, it's just tough, especially at heavyweight. It's tough. But that you could also, on the flip side of that, is at heavyweight anything could happen. So I mean, he could. You don't think he beats Tai? I think he beats Tai Tuivasa.
Well, yeah, and that's what I was going to say. The only question mark for me in the top 5 right now is Tai Tuivasa. And I
He's a
love
question mark,
me
man.
some Tai Tuivasa. I
Yeah.
love Tai Tuivasa. But I just don't know if he has the skill set, right, for like a Curtis Blades, a Tom Aspinall, Stipe Miocic, a
They're
Cyril
gone.
Gahn. Dude,
But
it's
he's got
just,
this, man.
and it's so much fun. He's
Yeah.
so much fun to watch. But like I said, I feel like Alexander Volkov's in a really good spot.
Mhm.
And Jairzinho Rozenstruik, again, when you look behind him, Chris Dawkins, Marcin Tibura, Pavlovich, like he's in a good spot there too. Where he's
Rozenstruik
going to be
is in a
fighting
good
some of
spot.
these killers too. So I feel like they're solid right now where they're at.
I agree with that too. Man, that right hand though that Volkov landed, Curtis Blades, Rosenstrike cracks him with the left hook, right? Wobbles him for a second. He's like, oh shit, and then he just starts swinging wild, right? Rosenstrike
Mm-hmm.
does. Volkov's evading pretty much everything, either blocking or he's evading, slipping. He circles around him and then gets his back against the cage, and he's just standing there like, okay, here we go, I got you right here, and he's just waiting, 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 and he like feints to the body real quick and just throws that like right hand, like you ever play Tekken?
Oh, of course, dude.
Remember Jack 5?
No, I don't remember Jack 5. I
Rich
always
knows what I'm talking
did it.
about.
I always played the dude that was was it Jamaican guy?
I don't remember.
I
But
don't remember, dude.
Jack 5, he has like a piston, right? He's like a robot. He throws that right hand up against the
I remember
fence.
that guy.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So the way Volkov threw that punch was fucking like it's so aggressive and so like terrifying the way he just walked him into the cage after eating a flurry. He just turns him around and is like, okay, I'm just gonna throw this one punch, and it just destroys this whole game. Nasty, man. I'm a big fan of Volkov. Pound for pound, one of the best back tattoos in the UFC.
Yeah, didn't he change
Fantastic
it up too?
tattoo.
Not that long ago.
Used to be the manta ray on the top of his back, across his shoulders, and then he did a cover up. Now it's a gigantic, like, dude, it's so sick.
It is a pretty sick tattoo. All right, man.
I like Volkov.
I don't have anything else for the main event. Do you?
The only thing would be that I was not very excited for this being a main event. I didn't think this should be a main event. This card kind of screamed, hey, we have to hit our quota for ESPN. But that being said, it was a fun little fight, you know?
It was a fun card overall.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, everybody. Ramiro and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.